Hey guys, welcome to a recap of the Real Housewives of New York reunion part 2. And I feel like it was mostly giving and serving hot UBAH hot. I feel like that is what stole the reunion part 2, okay, for me, because I felt like, okay, we're going over everything, we're going over past scenarios, we're rehashing situations, and I just, was loving so much how much emotions that we were getting from UBAH. She was happy, she was sad, she was mad, she was passionate. So we got a whole lot of UBAH this episode of the reunion part 2. So first thing first, we have to address the elephant in the room. We have to address Miss Sai. First of all, Sai, she is trying to recover her image. I saw the cute little commercial that she filmed with her daughter, and I loved it. It was cute. But I still cannot get over the fact how hangry Sai was throughout this whole season of The Real Housewives of New York. Now, she blames it on the food. She blames it on, talking through scenarios that she has left in the past. But I do think, she does acknowledge her part in being not so fun to film with. So I did appreciate that, and I'm willing to give Sai another chance, given that as long as she filmed with her husband and that she's well fed, that we give Sai another chance. Now, she did soften my heart just a little bit because it was hard hearing the story about her mother struggling through alcoholism and how Sai grew up waiting by the phone for a phone call to either come pick up her mother who's drunk at the park or was found in a place where she wasn't supposed to be found. I felt for her in that scenario, which made me, understanding to why Sai is the way she is. She does not play around with adults, especially if she's experienced real tragedies, real situations that are more important than, fighting over silly topics. So I get it, I see it, so we'll give her another chance. Now, Erin also was on a mission to recover her image in this reunion. Now, mind you, she was quick to own up. I feel like she had no choices. She was quick to own up that she wasn't the best listener. She wasn't the best communicator. So she did apologize to Jessel, given that she didn't understand the severity of the issues that she was going through postpartum. So I feel like, come on, Erin, you're a mother too as well. You understand postpartum too. So I felt like this was an excuse, but I do leave room for Erin to try to recover herself, to try to be a better friend to Jessel, as long as Jessel wants to be her friend too back. So let's just keep it at that. Now, I did not see coming. I didn't know we were still gonna have this issue, but we are once again back to the Anguilla fight with UBAH and Erin. To me, I thought we settled things and everything was fine and good. But what we learned from this reunion is that, this is the first time these ladies are in such a scenario like this, and having to relive and watch the episodes, it kind of reignited some feelings that were not properly settled. So once again, we have UBAH versus Erin. And the point of UBAH was that she was very tired and drained. I was drained for her too. She was drained to having everyone else's back, but no one supporting her in her scenario. Now, what we heard on the show is that she didn't have her phone for 45 minutes, but really it was 4 hours, and it wasn't communicated that Erin had her phone. So that was the reason we had this whole blowout. Erin did properly apologize to UBAH, and UBAH seems to want to move forward and move on and drop this silly topic, but not without a proper apology and proper acknowledgement of her feelings, which I think is fair and valid. So we do get a resolution to that. But honestly, I do think, UBAH may have a change of heart, Erin may have a change of heart, and I feel like they may get into a cycle once again, having the same fights over and over again. So what I didn't see coming at all is tension between Brynn and UBAH. I was getting quite nervous and quite scared of this because I didn't understand where did this fight come from. Now, Bryn makes it very clear that, you know, all the other girls are afraid of UBAH, but she is not afraid of Miss Uba, and I believe her when she says that. But she stands 10 toes down on it when she brings up that she's half black, half Irish, and you don't want to mess with her. You know, she says that, you know, Uba puts people in the hospitals. Well, guess what? Bryn puts people in the funeral home. So I was like, oh, we have an iconic moment from Miss Bryn once again, which I think is brilliant. But I was so frustrated with this fight because it's like I didn't want to see these two go at it with each other. I did not want them to fight, but they were fighting, and I felt like the thing is with Uba, when she fights, she also says she loves you. So it's like you kind of want to drop the fight and move on. You can't stay mad at her for long. But you could tell that Bryn likes to get her jabs in, and I love it. I'm so here for it. So these two are going at each other, and everyone is super confused. Even, you know, Andy's confused with the situation. So ultimately, it seemed like they get to a resolve to call it a truce. But of course, I feel like they're like sisters, so they fight, make up, they fight, they make up. Now, we do get a little bit of insight of Bryn and understanding why she's been engaged multiple times and there was no follow through. I'm thinking she's the runaway bride, but really, the reason why they haven't followed through to a wedding is because Bryn mentions that every time the guy asks her hand in marriage, it is after the fact when they break up, and then he comes back running to her saying, oh, let's get married, here's your ring, and it's an engagement. So she says that she doesn't like that. She doesn't like that the guy has to wait for things to be in the worst possible scenario for him to even consider that, oh, I want this woman to be a part of her life, which I agree with her. She's not the queen of toxicity, so she says no to toxicity, so I'm here for that, and I respect that. Now, aside from the one-liners that we got from Bryn, I felt like, you know, it was their first season as a cast together, but it didn't have enough for me to feel like it was a wow reunion. Now, Andy Cohen said that they did go through a lot of tissues, more than any other reunion that they ever had, which must say something, and I do want to give that credit because that means that the ladies were real, genuine, open, and honest, and ready to like put their hearts out there. Now, I was a little confused with the situation with Miss Jenna Lyons. Now, we hear some commotion about, you know, the ladies didn't think that Jenna would have been a fit in this cast, and I'm like, she made the cast. She made this journey fun for us, and I feel like who could have been in her spot if not Jenna Lyons? So it was quite interesting to hear that as perspective, but I understand where they were coming from. The way they view Jenna Lyons, like she's a boss, she's fierce, you know, and they're cuckoo and crazy. So the other girls did not understand how she would be a fit into this. But I'm so happy that they gave opportunity for this to even happen in the first place, that we actually get to experience Jenna Lyons with the rest of the cast. So I thought that was wonderful that we even had this cast together, and there was like a moment where we didn't think that we would have gotten this reboot. So hopefully we continue, move on with the same cast. I'm open to the same cast, you know, going again for the next season. I'm on board with Jessel. I love her. She won over my heart, because in the beginning I thought she was forgettable and boring, but she won over my heart, as well as Pavitt. Now, Bryn, of course, immediately, yes, I want her for next season. I want a little bit more from her, but no, who I really want more from is Uba. I hope that we get to see her date. We get to see Mr. Connecticut hopefully next season. Jenna Lyons, I think what she does is perfect. She gives the right amounts of her personal life, her business life. I think she does what the other girls need to catch up on. Now, Sai, I want to see a better side of Sai. Sai called this whole reunion therapy. So I hope she really takes what she learns from this reunion and apply it next season, because I don't think I could take another season of her being bitter and pretty much a wet towel, okay? Now, who else? Erin could come back, but you know, she's on thin ice with me, okay, darling? She's on thin ice, okay? So guys, I want to know your thoughts about this reunion. Let me know down in the comments down below. Was it what you thought it would have been, or did you want it more? Let me know that in the comments down below. As always, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, 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 share as much kindness as possible. Bye, guys.